Why does Link lose everything in Tears of the Kingdom? Although this game's set after Breath of the Wild, his stamina and hearts are depleted, he loses his sheikah slate and paraglider, and he obviously loses the Master Sword as well. What caused all this to happen? Perhaps it's linked to the theories of time travel. In Tears of the Kingdom, he should still have what he's previously gained from Breath of the Wild, right? Even his spirit power-ups like Revali's Gale are gone as well. Something clearly happened, and I reckon it's heavily linked to the cave event, where Link and Zelda initially uncover crusty Ganondorf. We know that Link gets attacked by Ganondorf's malice, covering the Master Sword, which I didn't think would be possible, and spreading across his arm. This seems like the moment where the Master Sword breaks. The malice encapsulates it, and properly destroys it for the first time, like, ever. We've seen it damaged in Breath of the Wild, and get repaired under the Deku Tree's watch for 100 years, but that was nothing like this. Having the sword break is clever actually, as it would be weird if you started the game with it. It's always Zelda tradition to eventually obtain it, and the same goes for Link's health and stamina. Now these could also have been reset after he got attacked by Ganondorf. But what causes him to lose his glider, spirits and sheikah slate? Thanks to Nintendo, we know that Link is going to start the game in the sky, and eventually earn his ability to reach the surface again, likely by getting the paraglider again. But it's not clear as to what led him to getting up there, and where these islands came from for that matter. Nintendo's been calling this cataclysmic Ganondorf event the Upheaval, likely because Hyrule Castle gets launched into the air. But I don't think this is why the Sky Islands came to be. I doubt they came from the ground because of the types of plants that you can see on the islands. They're all yellow, and you just don't get them on the surface. Who knows where the Sky Islands came from? Only time will tell. Link's lack of spirit abilities are a bit harder to figure out. Perhaps it has something to do with the divine beasts missing? That's where all the spirits were after all, and where Link obtained them. Perhaps the disappearance of both of these things are linked, with the divine beast being destroyed or something of that nature. A stupid reason for Link not having his sheikah slate may just be because he lost it during the first encounter with Ganondorf. A more interesting theory is that it was upgraded at some point. We've seen in promotional art that Zelda has a new sheikah slate that looks awfully familiar. It definitely seems like an upgraded sheikah slate, and perhaps Purah and Robbie gave one to Link as well. We see this scene in one of the trailers, and while it may look like Link is being attacked, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a device made by the scientists out of old Guardian parts as a way to upgrade Link's stuff. Going back to the Master Sword, not only has it been destroyed for Link to fix, it may also be missing. I'm not sure how this happened, but in the cave cutscene, as I'm calling it, Link drops his sword to try and save Zelda, only for him to miss and Zelda falls into the Void of Doom. We don't know what happens after this, but it's clear that Zelda isn't dead, and she seems to be in another dimension. Or time. I think this because she calls out for Link to find her, and yet she seems to be in a pretty easily discoverable place. That's a topic for another day, but what's more important is that she is seen with the Master Sword, even though Link dropped it. Unless it's a different Master Sword, there must be some weird reason as to why she has it. We also see Link with it, but maybe that's at a different point in the game. Who knows? I love the theory that time travel will be involved in the game. Ever since that E3 trailer where it shows him in ancient clothing, I've loved the idea that maybe he goes back in time and ends up being the hero from 10,000 years ago. I'm not sure it will happen, but only time will tell. And we don't have to wait long. Soon, everything will be answered, and it'll also be more clear as to why this game's taken so long to develop. If you want an analysis as to why the game's taken so long, click here. As always, thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.